is in Nigeria that laws are not being followed, and if like people would say, where there's no law, there's no sin. But and that has really eaten deep into our society and into the economy that people just feel they can misbehave. Imagine those holding public offices treating people so badly, and at the end of the day nothing is being done to them, and they believe that you know they are the ultimate and they are beyond the law. But somehow I still feel that the law should be the law irrespective of who you are and whatever position you occupy. Now, the governor Godwin Obaseki said that the state that he wants to push for, treason to about 14 to 14 APC House of Assembly members. Remember how this guy's actually frustrated him, said all sort of things, and the governor was just waiting for a very good time to respond to these guys. They did a lot of terrible things, but I'm afraid that all of these things might just be a talk and actions will not be taken against these 14 APC assembly members because Obaseki Mulls treason charge. Yes, he's charging them for treason. Well, what did they do that he is actually, charging them for treason? Well, we'll find out in this report, but please ensure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, turn on the notification bell, ensure you like and also share our video. Okay, guys, without further ado, it says right here that Governor Godwin Obaseki said the state might press sedition and treason charges against the 14 elected members of the State House of Assembly whose seats were declared vacant. Obaseki spoke on the legal movement on Wednesday in Benin while reacting to calls to pardon the assembly members-elect. He spoke at an interactive session with Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, Trade Union Congress, TUC, and other civil society groups. Pastor Osage Izeyamu, Obaseki's rival in the September 2020 election, in a letter to appeal to Obaseki to consider the case of the 14 lawmakers-elect who refused to be sworn in following a disagreement over who would be elected Speaker. The seats were in December 2019 declared vacant by the House, led by former Speaker Francis Okiye, for being absent from the House proceedings for the mandatory 181 days. The 14 lawmakers-elect later set up a parallel house and were sworn in by a retired clerk of the State House of Assembly, allegedly in the living room of one of their supporters. But responding to the calls, the governor said the fate of the assembly members-elect rests with the court. Some characters said they sent congratulatory messages and letters to me and put it in all kinds of condition. How can you tell me to forgive those 14 lawmakers-elect who are responsible for sedition and treason in Nigeria? Of course, we are going to start pressing charges. You see, what is bad is bad. Let's stop covering up things so that people can learn and not do it again. We have gotten support from all of you and we are very glad and happy. Your support gives us the confidence to continue to fight. Obaseki called for the support of all stakeholders towards achieving lasting peace and development in Edo State. He said, for us as a government, we are open. There is nothing that we are hiding, and this is why we have to kill anything that links us to godfatherism. We have killed it at the national level and need to kill it locally as it is everywhere. I urge you to please be activists for good, peace, and development. This engagement is to see how we can collaborate and make things work differently. This is a time that we need leadership more than ever before. The chairman of NLC in Edo State, Mr. Sunday Osanyande, urged the government to digitalize revenue collection by migrating to revenue collection system, which will check leakages Osoyande noted that the e-revenue collection system would further increase the state government internally generated revenue (IGR). Well, it is a good one that the governor is not sleeping. He is very much awake. And there are a lot of people who wants to see you fail. A lot of people who wants to destroy your government. But good that Godwin Obaseki is a man loved by his people. And that has shown in every step he has taken that he's been helped. It is not just something that he comes out and makes a lot of noise and at the end of the day things have not changed. No. As he speaks, he ensures that he does not have any skeleton in his cupboard that you will come back to hold him against. I love people like this. When your hand is clean, it will be easy for you to probe people. Like it is being said, he who wants equity must first come with a clean hand. And that is exactly what Obaseki has done in Edo State. He knows his hands are clean. So when he's probing people, he's not afraid. He's not scared of, probing anyone, saying, perhaps they might expose me in this area. So I have to be very careful when calling names. He is not afraid because he understands where he has been coming from and what he's doing now to still make the state better. These are the kind of leaders Nigeria should be after, now Nigeria should be looking for. Not the kind of leaders that have done all sort of things and now they are afraid to take or make a decision that will push the state or the country forward. That is exactly what we are facing today in the country. APC is pointing fingers to PDP, that PDP is the cause of insecurity, that it happened in their time because they were not able to handle it, that it still continued. The level of the way things are today are far different from the way things were, 6 years ago. And it is unfortunate. Instead of things to get better, things are getting worse, and you keep pointing fingers. Now, because they are requesting for equity and yet their hands are dirty, that is why the situation of things are like this. They are even afraid to call headsmen and arrest them or even, declare them terrorists because they know how they sent these guys, how they have earlier sent these guys to destroy things. And if you begin to persecute these guys, they'll begin to confess and, begin to make claim of what happened, what the government sent them to do at that time before they came into government. So they are so scared of taking some very, stable or drastic decisions that will push the country forward because of what they have put their hands into before now. Now imagine how El-Rufai was being told that the same people you fought, you used the same guys some years back, and now you're asking them to leave your state. How do you expect them to leave? And he's so afraid to even force them to leave because he knows if he does that, he will be exposed. That is it. So I really appreciate Governor Obaseki for doing politics with an open mind. And I hope other governors will learn from this. So my dear people, that is it. Thank you so much for listening. Drop a comment. Give this video a thumbs up. Yes. Thank you so much for being here. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.